First off, I want to know, like, discovering this book, Modern Fundamentals, what was it inside there, again, that resonated with you? Was there something that's like, if you were just going off the top of your head from Hogan's influence, what was it about in this book that has really settled with you and has made the biggest difference in your approach to technique?
If I was to talk about technique, I think that'd be a long conversation.
Okay.
But if you want to know the secret of
Hmm.
what I think helped me to immediately transform my game,
Yeah.
was it allowed me to create a new identity for myself
All right.
and leave behind the 100 plus shooter identity.
Interesting. How does that? So, what was that identity then?
So when I was a martial artist, I studied Bruce Lee and I just imagined I was Bruce Lee.
All right.
And then when I became a pro ballet dancer, I would obsessively watch videos of Mikhail Baryshnikov.
Of course. Yeah.
And I'd be like, I'd walk out on stage and be like, I'm going to perform like Baryshnikov. And I didn't realize it at the time, but there's a book called The Alter Ego Effect. The Hogan book allowed me to create a new identity for myself where I could leave behind the fears and the worries of being a terrible, poor golfer who's embarrassed and ashamed of his game. And I said, I've got a new idea. I'm going to do this Hogan thing. So it released me from all this past trauma on the golf course to be able to create something new. And then the technique was obviously the cauldron that I built my new identity. And the technique is very important. We have to drill the technique in order for the subconscious mind to be able to execute it.
Mm-hmm.
But it gave me the freedom to do that.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack here, but and I want to go there. Because I hear what you're saying, where golfers, I've had a guest on here before where he said one of the points he made was to define what sort of golfer you were going to be for the day. Whether you're going to go there and have fun, in which case that is your goal for the day. Or if you're going to go there and be good around the greens, then that becomes your goal, whatever. So you get singular. Where you're transporting yourself mentally to a place where you have this alter ego, and I can really see how that would work because then you would comport yourself like a professional. Yeah, I can imagine acting like Hogan before the shot. I can imagine because I loved Hogan. Bob Jones is my favorite golfer, but Hogan was stoic and he left no stone unturned. So if I was trying to be like him, I would be like very disciplined in everything I did and said. And in a way, that's going to help golfers of all skill levels listening to or watching this because we all have shortcomings. But if you try and be like a Scotty Scheffler or a Ben Hogan or a Jack Nicklaus, if you really try and be like them, you're doing yourself a huge favor already, just in kind of setting the foundation for better decisions and better acting and all better everything on the golf course.